Hi, my name is David, and I'm going to walk you through how I solved the CSWA practice problem 5.6. So looking at this problem, we have, looks like this is the front face right here. So this is looking at the front face. I'm going to start with that. I'm going to start by drawing these two circles with diameters 20 and 23. All right. So here's the front plane. Go into circle mode. I don't know if it's called a mode, but there are the two circles, and the inner one is 20, and the outer one is 23. All right, and then we can go ahead and extrude. And just looking at it real quick, it looks like when we extrude, it's nice to have this. If this is going to be the origin, it's nice to have the solid symmetric about the origin, so symmetric about the front plane in particular. And so I'm going to use midplane. So it goes in both directions, and it looks like it was 12 millimeters. Okay. So there we got the little circle part. Next, let's work on this part, this kind of body part, which looks like you can take a circle down here and extrude it up to this circle part that we just made. So that's what I'm going to do. And to do that, we need to create a reference plane down here at the bottom. And it looks like that reference plane is going to be 25 from the origin going down. So let me go ahead and create that reference plane. All right, which plane? It looks like the top plane is going to give us something that we can then move down 25 to be able to get a reference plane that we need. So if I select the top plane and then go to reference geometry plane, it's in the wrong direction, but that's okay. We can just flip the direction and go down 25. Okay, so there's the reference plane. We can click on it. So left click and then click sketch. Go into circle. Create our circle, which is going to have a radius of, I have to look at it over here. Here we go. Radius of 12. That's the outer circle, and that's going to be the part that gets extruded up. We'll worry about cutting away these little inner parts in just a moment, but let's get the main body going here, the main base. All right, so we're done with, oops, that didn't seem to make it. Oh, I think because I didn't know what it was. It's 12. There. Okay, 12 diameter. So then we'll go to features, extrude, and what we want to do is extrude this face, or this sketch or contour, I guess, up to this surface here. But instead of doing up to surface and then clicking on this surface, which would also work, we can just as well go to up to next, and that works as well in this case. It's a little bit simpler because then you don't even have to select that surface. But sometimes you'll need to select the surface to stop at. All right, and you just have to make sure the direction is correct, that you're going in that direction, otherwise it goes off to infinity, but I think SolidWorks figures that out for you. Okay, so there's the main base. Let's start getting this part right here. So first off, we'll have to create a plane to draw this circle in and extrude that up to this surface here, or up to next, as we're probably going to use. And that plane, it looks like, is going to be from the origin. You're going to have to go out 6 to get out to this part, and then an extra 2 to go out to the end of this circle that's sticking out. So there's the 2 that we need to go. Okay, and the plane is going to be parallel to the front plane, so we'll click on front plane, and we'll go out in this direction. We figured out it was going to be 6 plus 2, so that's 8. Definitely can do that in your head, but I just wanted to remind how we got that. All right, so then we can click on this plane, go into sketch. I'm going to create a center line to go down to the center of the circle. And actually I'm going to draw all 3 circles. See here we've got, looks like in this picture, this front view, we've got the inner circle, the middle circle, and then the outer circle with diameters 3, 6, and 9. So I'm going to draw all 3 of those and at once just to get them out of the way. So here's the 3, the 6, and the 9. And I'll smart dimension them too. 9, 6, and 3. And actually one thing that we haven't done is figure out how far these are up or down. It turns out it's not going to matter quite as much for the mass of this object, but we want to get this fully defined if possible. So looking back at our given parameters here, how far up is that? Okay, in this picture, from the center down to the bottom base here, it looks like it's 6. Okay, so that's going to be from here down to the very bottom is 6. Almost nailed it. All right, great. Now we're fully defined. So those are in the right place. And now we're going to extrude. We're going to extrude. I'm just going to click all of them. So all 3 of these parts. We're going to go in the opposite direction, going this way towards this next surface. So just flush up against that surface. And you can see how it goes right up against that surface there. Okay, so hit enter. And now we've got all of that. And then we'll do the cuts. Probably we can go ahead and cut these guys away. So you can see right here there's a little cylindrical cut that goes too deep. So let's go ahead and do that. We have to go back in and select that sketch. So I'm going to select these 2 and cut. We don't need the whole sketch here. I'll delete that. And then go blind 2 millimeters. There we go. So that part is cut away. And now, actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut this part out. So to do that, we need to have some kind of plane at the bottom here. And I think we already created a plane at the bottom. So we can go ahead and start editing in that plane. Where is it? Here we go. So I'll click on this plane, which is at the bottom, sketch. And I don't really like drawing it from this point of view, so I'm going to click on the plane and do normal to again, which flips it to the other side of the plane. So I think if I click normal to, it just goes back and forth between one side of the plane and the other side of the plane. So that's pretty handy if you're just on the wrong side of the plane. All right, and this is actually looking a lot more like this view here. So it's very handy. So now we're going to draw this part, which is not a circle, almost looks like a circle, but it has this little flat line right here. So the trick I'm going to use here is I'm going to draw the full circle and then draw the line and then just trim away that part of the circle that we don't need. All right, so draw a circle, draw a line, and we want this line to be horizontal with a length of 3, and the circle is going to have a diameter of, looks like 8, fully defined again, which is always nice. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim away. Actually, before doing trim, I'm going to save. So I'm going to save this 5.6 video because I'm scared every time of trimming. I've had SolidWorks crash so many times when trimming that now I'm totally paranoid. So I'm going to trim just this part right here. Power trim this away. And now we've got that shape that we want. So we're going to cut up. It looks like a distance of 10. All right, so one last thing that we have to do for cuts is to cut away that center hole. which is this part right here, you can see that that goes all the way through up to this open cavity right here. So that means we need to go back into sketch, which was it, sketch 3? That's the one that had all the circles. Let me get rid of the whole contour and just select this one here. Okay, and what we'll do is, we'll go all the way up to next. So that'll go up to the next place that we have a surface, which is the inner part. See, it's this inner part right here. Actually matches perfectly. Remember that this line was 3 and this diameter was 3 right here. Okay, so that's good. And let me just make sure it cut all the way through. Looks like it did. Oops. Yeah, it looks like it cut all the way through, so that's good. Hit Control 7 to get back into a nice isometric view. Now, if at this point you thought that maybe you were done, it looks like we've done everything that we needed to do. But the only thing is right here, it looks like it's round. It looks like there was a fillet that was added right here and also on the back. If you actually look at this view, you can see there's a little roundness going on here and here. So it didn't mention this in the instructions, but I figured, all right, the fillet has got to be perfectly going all the way around with no flat parts. So what we can do is calculate how much that fillet should be. What we can do is think, all right, from here to here, how far is it? And then we'll fillet half of it for the outer circle and half for the inner circle. Or just use that same value for the whole face, and then it'll fillet both of those two circles. So this distance right here is going to be 23 minus 20, right? 23 is the diameter of the outer, 20 is the diameter of the inner. It's going to be 23 minus 20, but that'll be 2 of those distances, right? So we got to divide that by 2. So that gives you 1.5. So then basically we're going to take 1.5 and divide it by 2 to get the amount that we need to fillet on each of these circles here. So the fillet should be 0.75 millimeters. Just got to divide by 2 again. All right, let's do that. We will select this. We'll do, where's fillet? Here it is. And we're going to do 0.75 on that one, and then also on the back one here. Hit enter. And there it's looking rounder now. And also this little weirdness down here we can also see in the picture. See this little kind of bump right here? That's caused by the fillet that we just inserted in there, or added. Okay, so moment of truth. We can check our mass properties, and it looks like we're 2344, 2344, 2344. Perfect, 2344 cubic millimeters. All right, well, I hope this video was helpful. If you're looking for something more professional, you can look for a YouTube channel called Design With Roozbe. That guy does an awesome job breaking down each practice problem. Take care and keep studying.